To help you keep track of how much you owe to your suppliers and what you've bought, you can enter the purchase invoices you receive from them in Sage 1. To begin entering a purchase invoice, click the Purchases tab, then Purchase Invoices, and click New Invoice. You can choose which supplier the invoice is from by clicking the drop-down arrow, or you can start typing their name and Sage 1 will start to narrow down the list of suppliers for you. If you did not have a contact record for your supplier, you can create one by clicking the Add a Supplier button and entering the relevant information, then clicking Save. When you enter the invoice date, the due date will automatically calculate based on the credit terms for that particular supplier. If you have not entered specific credit terms for the supplier, the due date will calculate based on the default credit days in your default settings. If required, enter a supplier reference number. This could be their invoice number, for example. You can also enter a reference for your own records in the reference field. To record the purchase of a specific product, you can type the name or the code of the item and choose the required record. If you have not created any so far, you can click to add the product from this screen. This will populate the fields on the next available invoice line. You can amend this information as required. You can also add multiple products to the invoice by repeating this step. If you do not want to add a product to your invoice, you'll need to enter the description of what you've bought, the ledger account you want to apply to this purchase, and the quantity of items bought. You'll also need to enter the unit price for the purchase, and select the VAT rate applied to this purchase. The VAT amount automatically calculates based on the unit price and the VAT rate entered. The gross total is the overall total for that line. If you have created an analysis types, click the double chevrons and choose the analysis type you want to allocate this purchase to. Or, if the goods or services were purchased from a VAT registered supplier in the EU, click the double chevrons and choose whether this item is goods and related services or a standalone service. If you received a digital copy of your invoice, you can upload it. Click the paperclip icon, then click Upload Files. You can then add any relevant notes to the invoice if applicable. When you are happy with the invoice, click Save. You've now successfully created a purchase invoice in Sage 1.